Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. That feels so weird to say. If you've come here from my TikTok, then thank you so much for joining me over on my BookTube. I have been umming and ahhing over making this account for almost a year now, and then I decided it's a new year. Why not, let's just start a YouTube channel. So here I am, and what better way to start it off than with a very typical Poppy style book haul, which means way too many books, way more than she needs and way more than she even has space for on her shelves right now. As always, this is probably going to be a long one, so grab a cup of tea, probably grab some food. I talk a lot, that's why I decided to make a booktube, because you just can't ramble away on TikTok the way that you can on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy. These are all the books that I got gifted over Christmas, either asked for like Amazon vouchers for so I could purchase them myself, because you best believe I am not giving the names of these books to people to buy for me in case they peek inside, you know? And then also a couple that I did purchase myself in December. So I'm already talking way too much. Let's just get straight into it. If you could see the stack of dark romance that I've got here compared to all other genres, you would literally laugh. Listen, I've said it before on my TikTok, I'll say it again on here. Dark romance feeds my soul. So we're going to get through the dark romance first. So firstly, I got Carnage by Chantal Tessier. This is the 4th book in the Lord series, which if you have not read yet and you like dark romance, what are you doing? If you don't normally like dark romance, I probably wouldn't start there. In fact, absolutely do not start there. However, I cannot wait to read this. I'm still yet to read The Sacrifice. I've got 2 books. These are just getting chunkier and chunkier as she goes along. But do you know what? I'm here for it. Next up is a duet, which I haven't really heard be spoken about that much, and it is called the Possessing Her book. The first one is Once You're Mine, and then the second book is Now You're Mine. And to be fair, they are quite short, which is quite nice, because sometimes with dark romance, I mean, I don't know if you're like me, sometimes it's just all I read and it gets a bit heavy. So I like that these books are shorter. The names of these books, honestly, this is called Hunt Me Darling. And this is by Marie Rose. Again, not one that I'm familiar with or that I've heard that much about. Again, another stalker romance. I don't know if there's other books that are going to be coming out alongside this. I need to look into that. But yeah, I was just sort of scrolling through Amazon, came across these and then that other duet, and I was like, I need those. I needed those as of yesterday. Now we're going to get on to basically Rena Kent, because I read the Royal Elite series back in September and I fell in love with it. So I kind of went a bit crazy. I'll show you just how crazy. So first of all, I got the Thorns duet, which is Black Thorns and Red Thorns. I could not tell you what this book is about other than the fact that I think I needed to have these so that I could go through, she's a whole universe and reading order, and I'm going to slowly work my way through it. And I picked these up. I also picked up the Throne duet. This is Throne of Vengeance and Throne of Power. Again, not entirely sure whose books these are or what they follow. I just know that I'm obsessed with her writing and the kind of romance that she writes. These are all dark. Some of them are new adult, some of them are just dark adult romance. And I was going through her reading order, trying to pick specific duets and series I thought I'd like more. And these ones are just the ones that stood out to me. So yeah, the Throne duet. And also, if any of you have read any of these and you really liked them, then please do let me know in the comments, because I like to know what I'm getting myself into sometimes. Also picked up the Truths and Lies duet as well. These books actually I have been dying to read for a really long time. Even when I had the Royal Elite series, I wanted to read these. So yeah, I've got the Truths and Lies duet, sorry. All these names. Then I picked up what I feel is a very, very popular trilogy of hers, which is the Deception trilogy. So we've got Vow of Deception, Tempted by Deception, and Consumed by Deception. These names just scream dark romance, don't they? And then I already had the first 3 books in the Legacy of God series, which is I am so dying to read, especially since I read Royal Elite. I'm obsessed. So I also picked up the last 2 that have just recently come out since I owned the first 3, which is God of Ruin and then God of Fury. Of course, I needed to get alternate covers. I'm obsessed with alternate covers. If I can find a cover that does not have a person on it, I will buy it. Doesn't matter how much it costs, I will buy it. That's all of the Rena Kent books. I say as if I've only got 3. I think there was like 10, 12 there, but anyway. This trilogy was very, very kindly sent to me by Bria Rivers herself, and it is the Tattered Curtains trilogy. Now, these are really interesting. I don't know if you've heard of them. The first book is called Phantom, then the second book is Rouge, and then the last book is Dreadful. And these are dark romance retellings, but of stories we know and love, but like you might not have anything else like this on your shelf. So for example, Phantom is literally a Phantom of the Opera retelling. I cannot wait to read these. If you have read this, please let me know, because I'm really, really intrigued by it. And also thank you, Guru, so much for sending them to me. So grateful for you for doing that. What a great Christmas present. I got the 4th book in the Hockey Gods series by S. Massery. This is Twisted Obsession. I already have the first 3. Have I read them yet? No. Did I need to get the 4th book though? Yes, I did. I love these covers as well. I think they're so pretty. You know, if you've come over from my TikTok, you know that I love pretty covers. It's like an obsession of mine. Even some of my bookish friends take the mick out of me for it, about about how often I say how much I love pretty covers. But anyway, you can't deny that this is a lovely cover, right? Picked up the series by Eva Ashwood, Dirty Broken Savages. If you like dark romance, I'm sure you're familiar with Eva Ashwood already, but she wrote the Filthy Wicked Psycho series, which I read earlier on last year. Loved it, absolutely loved it and devoured it. So I picked this one up, Dirty Broken Savages. Again, like these dark romance names. I picked up Pretty a Monster by Mia Sheridan. I don't know anything that this book is about. I got drawn in by the cover. May I refer back to Exhibit A when I was saying I'm obsessed with pretty covers. I was drawn in by the cover and it was a dark stalker romance. And I just thought, you know, I need more of what the Cat and Mouse duet gave me in my life, because that is the best stalker romance I have ever read. And nothing quite compares. I'm trying to find something to replace the void in my soul ever since I finished the Cat and Mouse duet, which, may I also add, was way over a year ago. I got the Witsex series by Ashley N. Rostek. Now this, I think I said that name right, I'm really sorry if I butchered that name. Now this series, there's 4 books in it: Save Me, Find Me, Love Me and Free Me. Now I believe that this is Why Choose meets psychological thriller meets, I think the premise of this is she ends up going into witness protection because someone is after her, and it's the men that she's in witness protection with that she enters into this Why Choose. I don't even know. I saw one review on this and I was like, I needed that as of yesterday. And here it is. And also the covers. Stop it. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. No one cares. Then I picked up the first 2 books in what I believe is a 4-book series by Amo Jones. I have never heard this spoken about. Part of the series called Midnight Mayhem. I've got book 1 and book 2 just so I could, you know, find my footing with it, see if I liked it. Probably going to end up buying the other 2 books before I've even started this anyway, because I've got a weird thing about needing to have finished and complete series on my bookshelves. And the first book is In Peace Lies Havoc, and then the second book is In Fury Lies Mischief. Again with the names. This apparently has got crazy twists and turns in it, and I love me a twist. I love me a twist and I love me a turn. Now, on the subject of fantasy, not actually that many books here, but I'm getting into fantasy. I'm currently reading the Throne of Glass series. I've just finished Queen of Shadows. Absolute masterpiece. So I'm kind of loving fantasy at the moment. So the first book I picked up, again, know nothing about it. It was just sort of, I think it's meant to be dark academia with a bit of fantasy in it, which is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I know that she wrote like the Six of Crows duology and stuff. All these books I haven't read because I've never really been that into fantasy, but I decided to pick this up and give this a go. Another book that I know nothing about is The Night Circus. I don't know anything about this. I found this whilst I was searching for the Caraval trilogy because I also want to read that. And this came up in my recommended and I thought, let me just buy it and try it. And I may or may not have got sucked in by the cover. Then this book, which is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. Again, not really sure. I think this is meant to be a little bit more witchy, a bit more whimsical, but it was fantasy. I just want to broaden my horizons because, as you can tell, the dark romance just takes over. It just takes over. And then A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I'm really excited to read this actually. I've been wanting to read this for months. This sounds incredible. And then I saw Penelope Douglas finish this book on her story and say it's short is amazing, and I'm obsessed with Penelope Douglas. So if Penelope Douglas likes it, I'm probably gonna like it. Girl math. Bookish girl math. 2 thrillers. The first one is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I've heard nothing but good things. 5-star reviews everywhere about this book, so I'm very excited. And then I also picked up A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I don't really know a lot about this, but the few reviews I have seen on it have been extremely positive. And with thrillers, I find them very hit and miss. I don't tend to read them a lot. I use them as palate cleansers, so I've got 2 more, you know, if you want to need a break from fantasy or dark romance. And then I also got the new covers for the Magnolia Park series. That is one of my all-time favourite series ever. I didn't know how I felt about the new covers. I don't know. I mean, I feel like everyone's seen them now. I wasn't sure how I felt about them. However, I do actually want to do a reread of this series and I would like to annotate them. But the original covers, you can't get those anymore. I have them in the indie published version and I don't want to annotate those because I know I won't be able to get those again. So I bought these purely for my reread so that I can annotate the series because it is incredible. And if you haven't read it yet, you needed to read it as of yesterday. So there we go. They are all the books that I got over the Christmas period. I literally am so excited about reading. Something about starting a new year, having new reading goals that just makes me so excited to get into reading again. I wasn't reading so much at the end of last year. So yeah, I am now actually going to organise my whole entire bookshelf. And I will do a bookshelf tour as well for my YouTube channel. That will be coming soon. I really hope you like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and I will leave links down below to my BookTok account. If you have not come from there, then I am pretty active over on my BookTok account as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. Dirty Broken Savages. Did I say that at the beginning? This is hard. I'm so stressed right now. Why is it? Why is it when you know you need to speak, you just can't? Oh my God. I can't talk. It's basically, it considers of, get your words out.